It was a crisp Monday morning when Dr. Vanessa Carter, a woman who had fought her way to the very top of the corporate ladder, walked into one of the branches of her bank. Vanessa wasn't just a customer, she was the founder, the visionary, the CEO who had built the institution from scratch. But today she wasn't arriving as a boss to inspect the staff. She was here simply as a customer, wanting to withdraw a significant amount of cash for a real estate purchase she was making. She had all the documents in her purse. She had the account in her name. And she had the authority, or so she thought. The moment she approached the counter, she was met with a frown. The young teller glanced at her, eyes moving quickly over her tailored navy suit, her pearl necklace, and the warm smile that she carried. But instead of greeting her with professionalism, the teller's voice was clipped. "Can I help you?" Vanessa handed over her ID, her account number, and politely stated the amount she wanted to withdraw. It wasn't an ordinary amount. It was in the hundreds of thousands, but for someone of her stature, this was well within reason. The teller's eyebrows shot up. He leaned back slightly and said, "That's a lot of money. I'm not sure we can process this without additional verification." Vanessa remained calm. "Sure, what verification do you need?" The teller didn't answer right away. Instead, he stood up, walked over to a colleague, and whispered something. Moments later, another employee appeared. This one, an assistant manager, looked at Vanessa as though she'd walked in from the street asking for charity. "I'm sorry, ma'am," the assistant manager said slowly, "but we can't just give out this kind of money without clearance. We'll need to contact the account holder." Vanessa tilted her head slightly, her smile fading just a little. "I am the account holder." The assistant manager gave a polite but patronizing chuckle. "Well, sometimes people claim that, but—" "What?" Vanessa interrupted. Her tone now firm, the assistant manager hesitated. "But you don't look like the kind of person who has this much in their account." The air in the room grew heavy. Vanessa had been in boardrooms full of men who underestimated her. She had faced investors who didn't believe in her, and she had built an empire despite whispers behind her back. But this was personal. She calmly asked to speak to the branch manager. When the branch manager arrived, he didn't improve matters. He too questioned her request, speaking slowly as though she might not understand how banking works. He suggested she produce more identification, perhaps utility bills, secondary IDs, even references. Vanessa opened her designer handbag, pulled out her wallet, and without breaking eye contact, placed her CEO ID card on the counter. It had her photograph, her name, and beneath it in bold, Chief Executive Officer. The manager froze. His mouth opened slightly, but no words came out. Vanessa leaned forward, just enough for her voice to carry weight. "Yes, I'm the CEO of this bank. I own it. I sign your paycheck. And right now, I'm watching how my employees treat customers, especially black women, who walk in here with legitimate business." The teller's face turned pale. The assistant manager took a step back. The branch manager's hands twitched as he fumbled for words. Vanessa didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. She simply stood there in silence, letting the weight of her revelation settle in. After a long pause, the branch manager stammered, I'm so sorry, Dr. Carter. There must have been a misunderstanding." "No," Vanessa said sharply. "There wasn't a misunderstanding. There was an assumption. And assumptions like this are why customers, especially customers who look like me, don't feel respected when they come here." The lobby had gone quiet. Other customers had turned to watch. Even the security guard by the door was staring, wide-eyed. Vanessa calmly repeated her withdrawal request. This time, nobody questioned her. The teller processed the transaction quickly, sliding the cash across the counter with trembling hands. Before leaving, Vanessa did something unexpected. She turned to the onlookers and said, "Let me be clear. I didn't come here today as your CEO. I came here as a regular person, and I was judged before I was served. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. We will be conducting new training at all branches to make sure every customer is treated with dignity, no matter what they look like or how much they're withdrawing." The crowd broke into quiet applause. The employees stood frozen in place, embarrassed but aware they had just been given a lifeline, a chance to learn. To change. Vanessa walked out into the bright sunlight, her head high. She knew her fight wasn't just about her. It was about every single person who had ever been made to feel small in a place where they deserved respect. And that day, she made sure her entire bank would never forget the lesson: never judge the person standing in front of you, because they just might be the one who signs your paycheck.